The following tutorial discusses how to effectively use paperwork templates, an initiative to help increase compliance rates and efficiency. Unlike Encore, our past system, Infinite Campus does not give reminders and help guide you through the paperwork. These templates help provide guidance. For example, on the 607 no additional assessment/waiver, it lets you know that this item needs to be filled in as 10 school days from the day you send it, which I have confirmed with compliance and monitoring. If you were going to send it on January 3rd, you'd fill in January 17th. It also serves as a general rule of thumb for which boxes to check on the 563 prior notice and 583 referral, such as checking this box for notice of refusals, this box for initial evaluations, and this box for a waiver. Another way is through the 759 status record, which have been pre-filled out and will help new school psychologists learn that every 555 consent, 607 no additional assessment/waiver, and 564 meeting arrangements should be accompanied with a 563 prior notice. It even serves as a helpful reminder to use RTI forms for LD. A Spanish version corresponds with each template provided, which have been translated by bilingual school psychologists. These templates are simply a guide, so always make sure to personalize these templates to each individual student you work with. The rest of this video is a tutorial on how to increase efficiency when using these templates. I'm going to give an example with an initial LD case, then I will walk you through how to do this. I'm using a student sample named John Smith. Right-click on your desktop to create a new folder and name it John Smith. Go to your paperwork templates by picking on the school he is at, going to LD, and clicking LD Initial, choosing English, not the Spanish templates. Select all the files by clicking at the top, holding down Shift, and clicking on the bottom. Then hit Ctrl-C to copy and Ctrl-V to paste into John Smith's folder. Right-click and hit Open. You'll notice a lot of forms pop up, and you can scroll through these forms using these arrows. Let's say you held a pre-MDT meeting, meaning you met in person with the team and parent at the start of the evaluation to sign the 555. You can X out of the status record that says no pre-MDT meeting and use the status record that has the pre-MDT meeting included. From there, go to Infinite Campus. Highlight any piece of information from Infinite Campus and use Ctrl-C to copy, Alt-Tab to switch windows, and Ctrl-V to paste. That's Ctrl-C to copy, Alt-Tab to switch windows, and Ctrl-V to paste. Now use Ctrl-Tab to switch tabs in Adobe and Ctrl-V to paste into each form. Repeat for all necessary forms. This should take under 5 minutes to complete. Read through these forms, making sure to personalize the forms to the individual student, and at this time you might want to print the forms to send them home. Once finished, hit Ctrl-S to save and Ctrl-W to close each form. Ctrl-S to save, Ctrl-W to close until you've closed out of each form. If Adobe forces you to save as each time, you need to change your security preferences. Pause this video and follow these steps to change this. To help keep things organized, move the folder John Smith into a folder called Student Files. This method is not for everyone. For those that are tech savvy, you'll be able to complete this very quickly. For those who aren't and don't have a lot of time and patience to learn keyboard shortcuts, I'd recommend sticking with creating new simple forms. Now that you have an idea of how it works, scroll down and click on the numbers 8, then 3 to access the templates. And right-click on the Paperwork Templates folder and hit Download. Then click Open and drag the downloaded folder to your desktop. Copy and paste your name onto the forms and do so systematically. Start at the top with Academic Notice of Refusal, and I'm going to click on the top form 563, then hold down Shift, then I click on the form 583, then right click to open. Copy and paste your name into these 4 forms by writing your name, highlighting it, Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, several more times, then Control-Tab, and use Control-Tab to switch to the next form and continue to use Control-V to paste. Then Control-S to save and Control-W to close out of the forms when you've pasted in your name into each form. Next, do the same for the Spanish forms. For the Spanish forms, some info has been filled out in the student information. This is just to let you know what to fill in for this part. For example, you can double-click on FDN and put in the student's actual birthday, but that's just a side note for later. Scroll down and paste in your name, repeating the same process. Once finished putting your name on all of the necessary forms, go back out and create a new folder on your desktop by right-clicking and choosing New Folder. Drag these paperwork templates into this folder. Now click on the folder, hit Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste twice for your 2 schools. Rename them by the schools and input the information for each school. For example, let's look at DD to LD re-evals for Woolley. For the 564 meeting arrangements, I put in the special education teacher, principal, myself, the location, and phone number for Woolley, and the standard time we hold our meetings. Let's look at LD 3-year reevaluations, which are split up into 2 different folders. Reevaluation LD is for signing a 555 consent, and LD no additional assessment is when you instead use the 607 form. If I click on LD no additional assessment and I go to the 564, you'll see that I put in a special education teacher. This is the intermediate resource teacher at my school. I put this because more often than not, it is my intermediate resource teacher who is involved in the LD reevals. If it instead is a student in 3rd grade, I'd simply modify it to say the primary resource teacher. Once you fill in all your info on your 2 schools, you'll see just how rapidly you can get through the paperwork. As shown earlier in the video, simply copy and paste the information from Infinite Campus onto your students' files, and as a general goal, try to be good enough with the keyboard shortcuts to complete this in under 5 minutes. I want to conclude by thanking the large number of school psychologists and bilingual school psychologists who help contribute to these templates. As a team, we've created something that I know will enhance the compliance rates and efficiency of our work.